Done.
Now grab the disc doohickey and stick it upside the head.
Left or right side?
Doesn't matter.
Done.
Okay, now hold down the sync button on the controller.
Nothing's happening.
We haven't chosen our fighters yet. So I am...
Lock set.
Okay. So where's my guy?
Lance.
Damn. All right, Lance, let's go.
Okay. You have to brace yourself.
Brace myself. Come on.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
I've been the second half of my military career. I've been really trying to lean towards that tech side. I was going to get into cybersecurity, and then I started getting into AI, and that's what I do now. I'm in the Army's AI task force, and it's fun. But I got to go to this conference one day, and there was this company called Mojo Vision, and what they're building is smart contact lenses. And I got to test it out, and like I was able to open apps and do all this stuff just with my iris. You know, I just thought that was like crazy. I just thought it was so cool, and I definitely started leaning my all my focus into trying to figure out how I could get into work for this type of company. You know, and I definitely have a passion and interest for AR. So that's kind of the main thing that brought me to Full Sail in this program.
My background's in education. I've got a degree in technology education, and back in '94 I was working at a local high school doing a full immersive virtual reality, which at the time was the first in the world. And Full Sail was putting in a VR lab and came calling, and here I am.
The software that they want us to learn is going to be C# and C++, as well as getting familiar with Unreal Engine and Unity, which I'm like so excited for because I've been playing around with a little bit, trying to make little games and stuff like that so I could wrap my head around it. But it's definitely something I want to dive into. I believe, actually not even believe, I know it's going to be quite math heavy for this degree plan, and I think those are the solid degree skills that I'm going to need is some solid math, and that part I'm not gonna lie, is a little scary, but it's the only way to get better, and that's kind of just where all coding is. So definitely math. I think the course that's going to give me the hardest time is going to be discrete mathematics, just because I never heard that before in my life. But also, math has always been somewhat of a different language to me. But I could always push my way through it. You know, I just gotta break things down. But yeah, that's it has a scary name, and I just never heard it before, so I think that might be a little the hardest class for me. Everything else throughout the Viz Sim degree plan sounds amazing. I can't wait to do it, but this class seems like it might be the hardest one for me. It's hard to say what I think will be the easiest class for me, just because I from a lot of the courses. A lot of the classes in this course seem very interesting. Like I like doing little programming And I like to say I'm a creative person, so I like the creative classes and stuff like that. So I want to say like they're all going to be somewhat easier than discrete math, but I won't know that I'll take them. But I do think they'll be a lot more interesting, a lot more fun to do, which will make it easier for me. I think the best plan of action for all my classes is one, use the steps that we have been doing in the since the first week and second week of this course. Making a plan, making it a calendar, breaking it things down by like the hour. I think just like making a solid plan will definitely make things easier. But also reaching for help, which has always been kind of hard for me to do. But lately I've been pushing myself to talk to more people. I joined the Discord. I looked up how to find the tutoring and stuff like that. So for me, I think taking advantage of those resources will definitely help me make it through. So the best way from what I do is I have an alarm that goes off every hour on the hour. Uh, and that just lets me know, it reminds me to either continue focusing what I'm doing or switch what I'm doing. And that way it does two things for me. One, it keeps me alert and focused, or brings me back to focus on whatever I'm doing. But the second, it'll let me know, it's like, okay, maybe it's time to put my focus on something else. Like take a break from whatever I was doing and try to aim on something new, just so I could kind of not get too stagnant and not get too burnt out on just this one thing. And that has been going very well for me. That, and then also trying to use the calendar we learned in class. It's definitely like I believe a lot of times where I could just knock everything out, and I could just I'm just gonna put all my eggs in one basket and on this simple task. And I always I always underestimate things a lot. But breaking things down by the hour has kind of make me try to take smaller bites of these projects, and which I personally believe is setting me up for success. Because when you take a step back, I think a lot of people don't know, it's like you're doing a lot of things. Like you wake up, you brush your teeth, you put your clothes on, you walk your dog, you make breakfast, and that's like if you do all those things. Like regardless if you take a few things out or add a few more things, you're just like, as soon as your day starts, you're already overwhelmed. And so it's just good to have like some type of reminder that just kind of alerts you to like, hey, move on to the next thing, or come back and pay attention on this. But that, for me, that is my system, and I like it so far.